As Christians living in the age of grace, do we have the prerogative to simply pick and choose which days that we want to honor God? Or are we obligated as His people to follow His instructions? I cannot find anywhere in the Old Testament or in the New Testament that mentions anything about keeping Christmas or Easter. And yet, as Christians, these 2 days are monumental. They are a big, big deal. This is the days that we're going to worship. We're going to worship the birth of Yeshua on Christmas, his resurrection on Easter Sunday morning. Well, that can't be correct because according to Scripture, Yeshua would be in the grave 3 days and 3 nights. Well, if he arose on Sunday morning, then that means he was in the grave 3.5 nights. So that can't be correct. Man created these. God did not create them. All through the first 5 books of Scripture that we call the Torah, books of instruction and direction, we are told not to add to or take away from God's instructions. And yet, Christians seem to feel like that we have this prerogative, we have this freedom under grace that we can simply choose what days we want to celebrate. For example, we don't want to set aside a day of rest on the 7th day as God has instructed. We want to do it on the first day. How is this possible? How did we get to this point? I don't know, to be honest with you, except man has decided on his own what works and what doesn't work with God. I'd like to have your comments on this. Do you feel like that this is correct, that because Yeshua has come and now we're living in an age of grace, that we no longer have any obligation to observe God's Torah, his instructions? Is that the case? These are foundational. These don't change. But if man can make arbitrary changes or decisions about what pleases God and what doesn't please God, then, there's no end to it. I mean, when one generation passes, another generation comes along and they decide they want to do something different. They interpret Scripture a little bit differently. It's the Torah, the instructions of God that we've been given by God himself through the prophet Moses. They don't change, but we change. We want to make different decisions. And look at the mess that it's got us in. I mean, we don't know whether we're up or down, or we don't know what we're doing. And it's created all this chaos, all this confusion. That's what I'm trying to bring to you, to look at the Scripture and say, okay, is this right or is this wrong? All we have to do is look at the instructions.